Welcome back to Impossibly Unremarkable, a podcast hosted by myself, Jonathan Butts, and my longtime friend, co-host, and sleepy man, Elliott Markson.
That is right, and there's another episode of this podcast today, and today we're just two old knit sweaters that your grandma knitted for you and gave to you for Christmas, but you didn't have the heart to tell her that you didn't want them, so you just put them in the back of your closet and haven't seen them in years, and then you pull them out one day and they're dusty and musty and they smell a little weird, and you think, maybe I could pull this off, and you put it on and you look in the mirror and you're like, man, this does not work at all, so you hang it back up and you put it back in the closet. Isn't that right?
That's right. Do we smell like mothballs and we're like a little itchy?
Yeah.
Itchy?
Yeah, I was thinking itchy like an old like sailor sweater, but not the cool kind, like a weird just doesn't quite fit the look you're going for kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I used to wear old Goodwill sweaters. That used to be my look before I married my wife, and she took my style up a notch and introduced me to name brands like Nike. I wore a lot of Goodwill clothing because I thought it was fun to not spend a lot of money and just wear other people's clothes that they probably died in.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's a good way to dress.
Wear like old sweaters and things like that.
I have like the same rotation of clothes week to week.
Yeah, you do.
It's been a while.
What does your shirt say?
Drink Wisconsinably.
You son of a bitch.
I got this on my 21st birthday from my dear friend Benjamin.
Wow.
It's one of my favorite shirts. Yeah.
That's the gift.
You get me a t-shirt and it fits right, fits tight. It's going to be in the rotation for years to come.
How often do you switch up your shirt rotation?
Not often.
Every decade?
Yeah. Well, every 5 years or so.
He's only switched it like 3 times in his life.
Yeah.
From ages 0 to 10, he pretty much wore the same clothes.
That's true.
And then 10 to 20, about the same. Yeah.
Because it was about the same weight and height that entire
no,
decade.
you grew fast.
Yeah.
But then, you stayed that way.
Yeah.
So you were wearing like Thomas the Train Engine t-shirts in high school. It was great. I remember those looks.
But when I really spread it up, like they were pretty much all crop tops. So
yeah, well, we could see your belly button, but that was kind of fun.
I had a better figure back then, and
you were tight.
You could get away with anything those days.
People didn't give a shit back then.
Now a lot of men can't get by wearing crop tops.
Yeah, you're right.
You should wear one.
I should. Do you think I could pull it off?
If there's a person in this room that could pull it off, it's you.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
Because I can't, and the
where do I
man
get
in the
one?
corner definitely can't.
Or should I just make my own? Should I just cut
own.
my shirts? Which one though? Which shirt do I cut?
What's your favorite shirt? Because I wouldn't cut that one.
No, I wouldn't cut my favorite one.
What's your second favorite shirt? Because I probably still wouldn't cut that one.
No, I probably wouldn't cut the second favorite.
This one's pretty ugly.
What?
I'm kidding.
I like this shirt. I
feel like it'd be really weird to have
just a nice plain shirt with a pocket.
A crop top with a pocket.
Why?
I don't know. That's just weird.
Why couldn't a crop top have a pocket? What should a crop top look like?
Raggedy.
What?
Slutty.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want me to dress like a slut?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You're weird, man. You're weird. What's going on with you? What have you been up to? Yeah, what's your fucking problem, man? I'm just kidding.
I've had a great weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yesterday, I attended a Twins game with my beautiful fiance, courtesy of my brother and his wife. These were...
You were gifted the tickets?
I was gifted the tickets for my birthday.
Oh, nice.
And yesterday was a very special day because it was the day that Joe Mauer was inducted to the Twins Hall of Fame.
Oh, cool.
So it was a very wonderful time. We got there super early because I needed to make sure I'd got my free pin.
Dude, why do the Twins always have giveaways?
That's every sports team, man.
I don't know, man. I feel like the Twins do it more than other people.
It's at least every baseball
Every
team.
time I go to a game with you, you're like, oh, I got we could go get free gear up in the 3rd level. Let's go.
That's true.
Or like, oh, let's go get our free bats. And let's go get our free baseball bats.
It's because I think it's harder for baseball teams especially to draw crowds, quite like the NFL can. And so giveaways has kind of always been a thing. Like since I was a kid, probably earlier, they've always been a big deal. But 2 years ago, Justin Morneau got inducted into the Hall of Fame for the Twins.
Oh, yeah.
We went to that game, and the first 10,000 fans got Morneau bobbleheads, which is dope. This year, it was the first 5,000 fans, and they downgraded from a bobblehead to just a simple pin. Not to say that I don't like...
I'd kind of rather have a pin than a bobblehead,
really?
to be honest.
Why?
Yeah. Well, the pin you can put on something. The bobblehead sits on your desk.
My bobbleheads sit at my work desk, and they're a source of pride and joy. They what?
How many bobbleheads do you have at your desk?
At my desk, I have 3.
You have 3 bobbleheads?
I have a
Are they all twins?
Yeah.
Oh.
My Morneau. I've got a Max Kepler as a Jedi for Star Wars night.
Oh, you did get the bobblehead of the Morneau.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
We got there early, and it was also twice the amount of people that are able to get them. 10,000 fans as opposed to 5,000. And then my third one is a Jose Barrios.
Cool.
Former Twins pitcher. But it was it was great, and I'm not ashamed to say I shed a few tears.
You did?
Yeah.
At Joe Mauer's induction?
Yeah, it was very. It was.
You cried?
It was very, very
Why?
bittersweet. Here, picture this.
Wait.
Imagine you watch Justin Jefferson strictly play as a Vikings player
Sure.
for 15 years.
Yeah.
Be the best at what he does. And then 20 years later, like from start to finish, you get to see him kind of like sail away. It was...
Okay.
You're a heartless son of a bitch.
I should shed a tear.
Heartless son of a bitch.
You cried at a sport thing?
Yeah, man, it was beautiful. They had so they have a pregame ceremony where people give speeches. They play a montage of all of his moments.
He didn't die.
He didn't die, but it's like
He owns a car dealership, I think.
the face of.
He's doing fine.
No, he doesn't. The face.
Doesn't he?
No.
Joe Mauer?
No.
I swear he does.
No.
Yeah, he does.
Someone in his family probably does, but he does not own a car dealership.
You're full of shit.
No, that's not Joe Mauer. He wouldn't do that.
I'm pretty sure he does.
But he was the face of the franchise while I was growing up. Like, I have Joe Mauer commercials ingrained in my head from when I was in 2nd and 3rd grade. Mm-hmm. And it just felt like such a beautiful moment because there was this new team that I've been cheering for and this old team because they had all the old players there. And it was just very sweet. And then the Twins crushed the Diamondbacks 12-1. So it was just a beautiful, beautiful day. Are you realizing that you're wrong?
I might be wrong. But there is a Mauer Chevrolet.
Yeah, and it's not Joe Mauer's.
Well, it might as well be.
He's a humble man. You think he would...
Humble men can't own car dealerships?
Actually, no. I would say no, they can't. Do you know the type of person that you have to be to like run a car dealership?
I feel like that's generalizing people. What if
We do that all the time.
What if I told you that... That's true. What if I told you that I wanted to own a car dealership? That was my dream. My dream was to own a car dealership and sell just dirty old Chevys.
Then congrats. You have to be like kind of a shitty person to be able to pull it off.
What if I told you I was going to give everyone a great deal?
Then
buy one, get one cars.
Then I would assume you're a bad businessman.
Buy one, you get one.
Bad businessman. Did you buy a new car?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I still need to.
There was a car parked out front that looked new and was the make and model that one of the ones you had thrown out. So I was like, did they do it? But clearly you didn't.
No. We just have the Highlander. But,
what color is the Highlander?
Silver. Why?
I would check your back bumper when this run.
You hit it, didn't you? You hit my car again.
Must have been someone else.
You hit my car again.
It had to have been someone else.
You're paying for it this time. I don't care. Last time it was still your fault, but I just brushed it off. This time I'm putting my foot in the dirt, drawing a line in the sand. You are paying for it now.
Let's be real. How many cars have you backed into?
1.
Same.
Nice.
My sister-in-law was driving her dad's Lexus and parked it behind me. And I, if you park your car in the same garage stall for years,
yeah,
you just never think like, hey,
you never think someone's gonna be behind me.
Someone's gonna be right behind me because the first 3,000 times I've pulled out of this garage, no one's been behind me, and then boom.
You just didn't look.
No,
just backed right up.
It was very. I'm a very cautious driver, especially pulling out of the driveway. So I just totaled it. I think it was fine.
No, I need to get a new car, man. I don't know. I test drove one, but interest rates are so high right now. I don't want to.
Yeah, dude.
I don't want.
You're gonna get.
We're trying to wait a little bit. I think
you're gonna be waiting a long ass time.
Well,
if you're waiting on interest rates,
we might. We'll see what we do.
Why wouldn't you just buy a nice car for like $1,000? That way you don't have to worry about it alone.
$1,000.
Yeah,
you know a car for $1,000. Yeah. We might actually try to buy a car and not pay for it in full and not owe anything on it.
That's probably.
But that'd be the only way I'd get a new car. I think. Anytime soon.
Buy it. Just go all out. Just commit to the fact that you're going to have a high interest rate. Get a Tesla, brand new Tesla.
Yeah, just get a car I can't really afford.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
That's the American dream.
It's the American dream.
That's how car dealerships work. They're like, oh, you're a 20-something. You have bad credit. Does your mom want a cosign? No. How about a neighbor? No. How about your, baby sister? Sure, yeah, slap them on. Boom, 15%, $40,000 car.
Who would do that?
That's
People do that in real life?
You've never heard of like a shitty car salesman?
Well, I just figured some people
Anything
would
for
be
the
like,
sale?
I shouldn't do that.
You've worked with salespeople, obviously not in the
Oh,
automobile
dude,
industry,
I have,
but
yeah.
tell me that some of those people wouldn't do anything they can do to
Some
make a
sales
sale.
look, some salespeople are great and they're nice and they're honest.
True.
And some people just are good at sales.
I mean, that's it. Like, looking at it through the lens of like strictly business speaking, great. They're doing their job.
They make a lot of
very,
money.
very well. But there's also a human element that.
I'm too nice to be in sales. That's why I'm not in it anymore.
But you were good in it, weren't you?
I was good at parts of it, yes.
What parts?
Like building relationships and like me and my
Yeah.
customers would be friends, but I wasn't good at being like, you're going to give me your money now. You know?
Yeah, I feel like I would. I've thought about a job in sales. I mean, I even interviewed to work with you, and
Yeah.
I'm glad it did not work out because I would have been terrible at it.
You might have been good.
No. Here's the thing. I'm
You never know.
I'm a good liar,
Exactly. There you go.
But I like doing it to like temporarily mess with someone. I don't want to like jeopardize someone's financial future.
Well, I mean, you're usually not jeopardizing their future. You're just maybe changing perspectives to allow them to make a purchase they maybe weren't going to before.
Here's what I'll say. I wouldn't take advantage of you to get like $10 or $50 or $100 or $500. Because that's a step too far. We value integrity, honesty. There's a third value that I'm sure we care about.
Let me just backtrack and say most people I worked with have been great people, excellent people. Awesome
But the
people.
ones that haven't been great, he has a list. He's going to name names now. First name, last name, social.
Jonathon. Boots.
Thank God.
No, that's you.
No, I don't pronounce.
Everyone knows your last name should be Boots.
It should be Boots. I tried it in college. I tried to go by
You
Boots.
did. You actually had a period of your life where you're like, it's actually supposed to be pronounced Boots. It's German.
Yeah.
Boots.
And then
Is that actually true, though?
It is true. Boots.
Like, before they came over on the boat to Ellis Island or wherever, they were like the Boots family. When did it switch to Butts, do you think?
Probably became Americanized, I would say.
But Butts is like silly.
Well,
It makes me think of Butts.
it's fun. Well, yeah, you're right. But that's what Americans do to every last name.
Oh, make it silly?
Markson, you know?
Hey.
It's probably like Markson, kind of like that.
Yeah, probably.
I've been.
It was angrier, I think.
You haven't even been to your homeland, but I have been to your homeland.
How is it?
Beautiful.
Okay. I don't have a homeland.
You don't?
No, I'm from here. So this is it.
Oh.
This is where I'm from. Anyways, anything else? What else did you do this week? Nothing?
mean, I feel like
You didn't do anything.
I tried to be really open and honest about how happy I am.
Oh yeah, you were crying. That's where we were. Wow.
Sorry, I'm going to apologize on behalf of Impossibly Unremarkable. I'm not going to name names, but one of the two of us is displaying a rather worrying bout of toxic masculinity. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry at sporting events.
It is okay. It is okay. Yeah, you're right. It's okay to cry.
Think
I'm
of-
sorry.
think of-
Hey, I apologize.
Think
That
of
was really fucked up of me.
It was fucked up.
It was messed up.
It was really fucked up, and we're gonna be talking about it later. But here's what was the thing that was probably the most sad to me. Is it like that was kind of felt like the end of my childhood.
Oh,
Granted, Maurer hasn't played since 2018. He retired in 2018.
sure.
But I effectively grew up with him,
Yeah.
and then to see him, he's an older man. He's got he's got 3 kids. He has twins, by the way.
That's funny. He's got twins.
How that worked out. But yeah, it was great. And then probably my favorite part of the ceremony is towards the end. You know how they'll have like the ceremonial first pitch?
Yeah.
They brought this guy on, like named Paul or something, onto the field, and they're like, "This is so and so," and we're like, "Who the fuck is that?" And they're like, "This is the only guy to have ever struck out Joe Maurer in high school." And so he got
That's wild.
He gave 3 balls, one to each of his kids, and then all the kids threw their balls to Joe for the
That's funny.
ceremonial first pitches. But it was a very, very nice ceremony.
That's pretty wild that he remembered who that guy
I
fucking
know.
was.
I know.
That's crazy.
But
You know that guy's just been telling people for years,
Yeah.
I struck out Joe Mauer in high school.
And then to have that, a crowd of 30,000 people acknowledge that.
Yeah, that's
have
pretty
your name
cool.
on the big screen.
And he still have an arm? That guy?
He looked like he worked in finance, so I would assume not.
He probably still does. Those finance guys. They can still sling it.
Probably not.
All right.
But maybe. He looked like really lanky.
Oh,
It's like, this doesn't look like a guy who struck out a 3-time batting champion.
Well,
But
he did.
it's true.
He did.
I know the names of all the people who struck me out in high school.
Do you?
No.
There's probably a long list.
It was pretty much everyone who faced me.
Did you ever get a hit?
Once or twice.
Yeah.
I didn't play, I played for 1 year in high school and I didn't get to bat much
Yeah.
because it was really bad.
Well, they should still give everyone a chance.
And that's the thing that 9th grade typically
Especially when you're
is
not on the varsity team. Who cares?
Yeah. It's not about
Throw
winning.
the kid out
it's not
there.
about winning games. It's just
Gives
about
a shit.
getting people experience. But the more and more I watch baseball and the older I get, the more I'm like, damn it. I probably wouldn't have made anything out of it, but I just wish I had tried harder. Because I was really bad.
It's never too late.
It is.
You're still
too
in your
late.
20s. You could still
is.
make it to the.
It is too late.
The double A or whatever.
Hey, I would consider it an accomplishment just to be signed by a team.
You could join a men's league.
The closest I can get to
Semi-professional.
being part of a professional sports organization is probably a dark turn in my life that leads to a Make-A-Wish situation. It's like, can you just one day can you sign me?
Your wish is to go and actually bat in a major league game.
Yeah, I just one day
And then they
one day
tell
contract,
you that you can't. You can only sit on the bench.
and then they release me. I just want to show up on MLB.com. I want you to search my name and be like, 1 plate appearance, strikeout, ball to the head, dead on the floor, that kind of thing.
That'd be so funny. You're like a Make-A-Wish kid. You go up there to fulfill your dreams in a major league game, and the pitcher accidentally hits you in the face.
That would be it. That would
be wild.
Also, yesterday, and I'm going to show you footage of this after the episode. There was a brawl, not at the Twins game.
What?
But between the White Sox and the Guardians, and it was dope.
What?
It was full on
That's cool.
fighting stance.
Like fisticuffs.
Yeah, fisticuffs.
Put them up.
Yeah, one guy got knocked out.
Really?
Yeah, he got back up, but as they were walking him to the dugout, he was like,
Yeah, he was probably concussed.
he took a right hook to the jaw.
Damn.
It was awesome. And
I love a good brawl.
And the best part was the radio announcer, because you know how there's a TV announcer and a radio announcer?
Yep.
The radio announcer was hyped. He's like, they're fighting! Down goes Anderson! Down goes Anderson! It was beautiful.
That's awesome, dude.
I don't normally condone violence.
I don't
but when
know.
it's kind of contained like that, and it's clearly more entertaining. I mean, hockey is...
Hockey, it's normal.
It's normal.
I feel like we should normalize brawls in all sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, football, you basically do brawl. You just
Football, I guess.
tackle the shit out of each
Well,
other.
they're not supposed to punch each other, There's lines.
I'd argue you can do more damage with what you regularly do in football than
I would agree.
a punch.
A punch to the helmet is nothing.
No, that's nothing.
I would agree. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What started the brawl?
So a player named Jose Ramirez hit a double, and as he slid into second base, Tim Anderson was effectively kind of standing over him, so he slid between his legs. And Tim Anderson, he's a player for the White Sox. He's kind of a bad guy. He's a shit talker. But basically, Jose reached up for help pull me up, and Tim denied him, and then they started talking shit, and Anderson threw down his. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen
That's so funny.
true fighting stance, but he got knocked out.
Wow.
I love baseball.
That's great.
This is why you got to really get into baseball.
I wanted to. You never invite me to watch games with you, man.
Well,
never.
If I invited you today, would you been able to come?
No, I was busy. I had a lot going on today.
You're busy most days.
I've been pretty busy.
You're busy
I got a
most
lot going on. Okay.
That's enough about me, though I could talk about baseball forever.
I know you could,
Look at my cute.
but we
pin.
won't.
You like my pin?
It's pretty cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look handsome, buddy.
I wore my Mauer jersey. You can't really see it.
Wow.
But just to
You like Joe Mauer?
cohesive storytelling.
Yeah, that was good. It really tied everything together for those watching on YouTube. I'm sure that they're happy that you wore the jersey.
Yeah.
What's going on with me this week? I don't know. I've been taking Wesley places. We signed Wesley up for his Sky Miles account.
I was watching a TikTok today, a clip from the show Raising Hope, in which parents take advantage of their small child and sign them up for a credit card account. Not that this is the same thing. It's just funny.
The idea behind that, the only reason we started it was because, we were booking flights because we're going to Hawaii in March with Megan and her family.
Of course.
Anyways, so we're going to Hawaii, but so we booked the flights for that, and then Megan was on the phone with the support person. She was like, "Can we open a Sky Miles account for him?" And he's a baby. He's 3.5 months, and they said, "Of course." So fuck yeah, we opened one up.
Do miles expire?
I don't think so. So I think the idea is that we'll just continue to every time we take him on a trip, he'll get miles and stuff like that. So when he's older, hopefully we can travel enough where he'll be able to book a flight somewhere. So by the time he's 18, he can go to Europe or something.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah. So that's kind of the idea. So
but it was the Sky Miles account, not the Sky Miles American Express card.
No. He doesn't have a credit card yet.
That would have been awesome. That's a big ass fly. You see that big fly?
Yeah, it's a big fly. There's a fly down here. Yep.
So
distracting you?
It did. At first, I thought it was a bee, and I'm allergic to bees.
You are?
Yeah, to bee
Since
stings.
when?
Since forever. Since the dawn of time.
No.
Since the moment I opened my eyes. Yeah.
What would happen if you got stung by one?
Probably hurt.
Would you
and
die?
I may or may not have an allergic reaction.
Would we have to go to the hospital?
I mean, I haven't been stung in a very long time, so I'm just operating on the assumption that I am still allergic. But there's a good chance that I'm not.
I've never been stung by a bee.
Really?
Never in my life.
I've had some pretty bad stings.
Yeah, man, I don't know what these flies are about. There are flies in my house. I don't know where they came from.
Yeah, what are they about?
But I'm sick of them. I'm about to go to the store, get a fly swatter, and go to town on these fuckers. I can't handle it.
We were going to take a trip together.
When?
Oh, we're just gonna.
What?
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
No, we can't.
What do you mean we're going to take a trip together? Let's go.
We're going to go.
What are you talking about? When? Where? What?
We were going to go.
What are you talking about? What trip were we going on?
Kansas.
Okay.
The Sally house.
When?
I was thinking March of next year.
Well, now we can't. Why don't you say something, man?
I didn't know you guys would take a trip like that without me, I guess is just all I'm trying to say. But don't worry about it. I've been excluded from a ton of trips, so it's just not new for me.
We're going with Megan and her family.
Yeah?
It's a family trip.
You don't think of me as family?
Well, I do, but...
Okay. Well, then we can probably toss that argument out the door.
You're right. I'm sorry. You should...
I
You want to just buy your flight? Well, you can probably come. Uncle Jonathon's coming along.
Yeah, I'm down to ruin your family trip.
You wouldn't ruin it, man. It'll be chill. We've been to Hawaii before, and this time we'll have almost a 1-year-old, so we'll probably just spend a lot of time on the beach and just relax, and it won't be as crazy. Last time we were there on our honeymoon, we we're all over the place, constantly doing stuff and trying to, go on hikes and go crazy. I don't think we won't be on top of a volcano this time. We'll probably just sit on the beach, maybe look at some sea turtles or something,
Nice.
Love a good sea turtle.
And I'm just joking.
You want to come?
I'm not trying to push an agenda.
We should go on a trip.
All I will say is Steve and Jody, I'm really fun to travel with. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Yeah, we can just say that and just leave it there.
We're just going to leave it there.
It's not up to me. Ball's in their court.
In the replies, in the replies to this video, I'm going to put my Sky Miles account number.
Why would you? How is that going to be helpful?
So that when
they can book it for you.
If someone booked a ticket on my behalf, they know to put my number on it, so I can get credit for the miles.
No, that's good. That makes sense. That's smart.
Thank you.
That's good.
For many years, I did not take advantage of Sky Miles or
I know. I wish people
accounts.
educated me when I was younger on doing things that are smart, like opening a credit card or
I wish people educated me when I was younger on doing things that are smart.
I still barely understand what taxes are.
It's true.
People just oh, you have to file for taxes, and I just do it.
But you have someone do it for you.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't have enough assets for the IRS to care about me,
Really? You're under the radar?
Yeah.
They don't know. Are you sure you're not breaking the law?
Although this year I was able to claim this podcast as an income loss. So
I've actually just been writing things off as expenses for this podcast.
yeah.
So I've written off like $250,000 in expenses.
Microphones, a podcast hosting service, this thing, the emotional toll.
Every time I fill up my car with gas, I just say I'm like...
Well, yeah, I mean, I drive to get here.
Yeah, like we have to like drive. I mean, I just... Because we just talk about our lives on this podcast, I take everything in my life as an expense
As an
for
expense
the podcast.
because it's all content.
So
Smart.
I'll just write off, like, say I get a new car. Say I go on a trip. That's life, you know.
That's life.
I'm going to use that for content, so I can write that off, right? That's how that works.
That is how that works.
Good.
My limited understanding.
I don't
of
want to be breaking any
tax
laws or
write-offs.
anything, so
No.
that's good. That's good. I'm glad that glad I'm doing it right.
Are you ready for recommendations of the week?
I guess.
Did you have anything else you wanted to share?
No, I don't think so.
I got a piping hot recommendation.
Oh,
One that I know you're going to be jealous of.
okay. What is it?
So a new game came out
Oh God.
on Thursday called Baldur's Gate.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Is that game where you can have sex with a bear?
Yeah, it is.
The fuck is up with that?
That's just life. That's cool.
What? What is the premise of Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate 3 is basically Dungeons and Dragons in video game form. And the game itself has been out for a couple years, is my understanding, but it's been in like early access, but they officially released this year. And by this year, I mean a couple days ago. But you get to make your own character, and you get to go on an adventure with up to 3 friends.
You get to make your character and go on an adventure with up to 3 friends.
The coolest thing is when you're making your character,
Yeah.
you can change what your genitals look like.
That's sick.
They have a couple different preset
Wait.
genitals.
It's only presets? You can't customize?
No, you can't really customize, but you have
What if I wanted to make the left testicle bigger than the right testicle?
then
Or vice versa?
You have to see a doctor in game then.
Oh,
Probably a cleric.
Shit.
Probably a cleric.
Okay.
But it's a ton of fun. I played with a coworker and a buddy on Thursday night, deep into Thursday night, and
Nice.
been playing solo for a couple hours here and there. But it's a very, very good time. You should totally get it.
Okay.
You should
Yeah.
buy it.
I
And
will.
then we can play it together.
Is
I
it
tried
cross-platform, or-
to play with Neil and Garrett day one. They told me they didn't have room for me.
What? Who the fuck are they playing with?
Exactly, right?
They don't have friends.
Well, I guess they do.
No, they don't.
They don't
just
include
didn't-
me.
No, they just don't like you, I think.
You're right.
Yeah, no, they told me that they just don't like you, actually. That's why you weren't invited to that time we went to Chili's. Yeah, I know. We got an awesome blossom and everything.
Awesome. An awesome blossom, is that one of those like onion things?
Yeah.
There's no way you would eat that.
No, we all shared an awesome blossom.
Oh yeah?
It was awesome.
Eat a lot of fried foods, do you?
So when we go to Chili's, yeah.
No, you don't. I like it. Yeah.
Started flexing.
You flexed up for me.
I that's just a reaction. Every time someone touches me, I naturally just flex.
But
Just in
yeah,
case.
genital customization adventures. Drop in the comments. I chose option D.
You're the way you're selling this game is genital customizations and adventures.
Yeah,
That's the whole game.
this is the whole game.
That's all you need to know.
For instance, I have 2 characters right now.
Okay.
One is a dwarf druid.
Mm-hmm.
His name's Backdoor.
What?
Yeah.
You're weird, man.
That was actually from a D&D campaign
No
I
wonder
played.
you didn't get to go to Chili's.
And then I have a human fighter, but he's a multi-class, so he's a fighter wizard.
Okay, fighter wizard. That's sick.
Yeah.
So like, can he like pull out a sword and like cast a spell with it?
He doesn't cast
What?
spells with his sword.
Well, he could, presumably.
No. The sword
What's stopping him?
The sword is not a conduit for magic energy.
Why could it not be?
I don't know.
You mean magic weapons don't exist?
They do, but my sword is just a great sword.
That's all I'm saying, man.
This
That's
guy is
all
so
I'm
jealous.
saying,
He
dude.
is so jealous.
It actually does sound like a fucking awesome
he's
game.
playing down.
I mean, Dungeons and Dragons is sick, and putting that in video game form, That would be pretty awesome. And don't get me started on the genital customization. I mean, that's just something I've never seen in any other video game besides Saints Row.
I watched a video.
You can fix your bulge in Saints Row.
Yeah. I watched a video of someone getting attacked by like a small squirrel, like a small little squirrel had attacked him in Baldur's Gate. And you have different options how to handle each scenario, and some options require you to roll dice, just like it would happen in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, yeah.
And they're like kick. One of the options was kick the squirrel.
Oh.
So like they kicked the squirrel, they successfully rolled the dice, and then they just kicked the shit. The squirrel died immediately. It's kind of immersion, kind of gameplay you don't get in anything else. Being able to just rock a squirrel, you know?
Yeah. No, that's unique. Yeah,
it's
for
actually
sure.
really horrific. But get Baldur's Gate 3 if you enjoy playing video games with friends or alone. I've been playing it alone a lot.
Okay.
But I've heard it's fun with friends.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Been playing it alone a lot. I've been alone for a long time.
Yeah. What do you got to recommend? Goji berries?
I don't know if I have one.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean,
Just putting this.
I didn't do anything good this week.
Putting this podcast on my back.
You are. You're carrying us, and that's okay. So yeah, recommendation of the week: Baldur's Gate.
3.
3, the third one. I don't know what the second or the first one were.
Probably a similar style, but not as cool. You
Not
probably
as
couldn't
cool.
be cut or uncut, shaven, clean shaven.
That's part of the testimony.
There's also different vulva options. It's just
There's different vulva options?
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was just the penis or if there was...
No. You can have it your way.
It better be. It better be.
You
better be
It's
able
a game
to.
of 2023. You can do what you need to do. Look how you want to look.
Yeah. That's good. I'm glad they're doing it that way. The way that it should be. But you can also have sex with a bear.
It's a druid.
That's so
clarify.
crazy. I don't know why we were doing that, but we just sat down with me, you, Neil, Garrett. We just were sitting down, and you guys were talking about this game like a bunch of nerds would do. And Neil put on this trailer, and he knew what the video was. It sounded like he'd seen it before, and which is peculiar.
He had.
I can't talk.
Peculiar.
I'm losing my mind.
I can't say it either.
I'm losing my mind.
Peculiar?
Interesting. It was very interesting that Neil had
interesting.
seen it already, but he put it on again. And it was this scene in the game, which is like a cut scene, or you get to select text, right? So you get to pick how the conversation
there's
is going.
scenes. You get to,
and it's like this. It looked to be like, was it a human or an elf or something like that? I think it was an elf.
I think it was an elven vampire.
Oh,
yeah, it was
interesting.
Definitely a vampire.
And then this druid. So these two dudes were gonna do the business. And then the druid guy got too excited and turned into a bear.
Yeah.
And then the elf vampire guy, the druid guy, when he turned into a bear, was like, "Oh, are you cool with this?" And then the elf vampire guy was like, "Yeah, I like it. Stay like that." And then the bear, him and the bear, I think it cut away. You don't actually get to see the intercourse or the penetration.
It's a classy game. You don't see that.
Yeah, it's classy. So. But presumably they were doing the twist.
Here's the thing: in a land where there's more than one race of sentient being, if it wasn't just humans on Earth, we'd probably get down to more weird stuff than we currently do.
Here's a question: if you were going to sleep with any race from that game, who would it be? Not human. I'm assuming there's a human option.
There is a human option. Half elves or elves, both quite attractive.
That's true. Elves are
in the right scenario. Dragonborn potentially.
There's Dragonborn.
Just a fun story to tell your friends.
That's true. That's true. That'd be a fun story to tell at parties.
Dwarf.
Why was that funny? I don't know. Just
dwarves are hardy folk. There's halflings.
Yeah.
That's getting a little weird. It's just the smaller they're getting.
That sounds strange. A little...
There's orcs. There's Githyanki.
What the fuck is a Githyanki?
There's tieflings.
I know what tieflings are.
Tieflings, yes.
Tieflings are sick.
They are sick.
They're like demon people.
Demon people, yeah. Exactly right.
Yeah. You know they're a demon in the sack, am I right?
Well, that's actually a misconception. They're actually quite conservative.
Oh.
Very reserved people.
Oh. Very quiet.
Yeah.
No eye contact.
That leads me to my question.
Oh. Okay.
What would you want to be?
Wait, is this a question of the day?
Yeah, question of the day.
Oh, question of the day. Sorry.
No
Sorry, I forgot to hit the drop.
Yeah, that's my bad. Here, let me hit it one more time just so.
Question of the day.
It sounded different than the first time.
Yeah, I think it was out of tune that time.
Yeah. Here, let me hit. We have a third option for the drop.
Question of the day.
And then we have a fourth option that actually has more vibrato than the third option.
No, we're done.
All right.
What's the question of the day?
Imagine we are in a fantasy land, a fantasy world. Mm-hmm. I want you to spell out and describe to me who you are.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? We just talked.
Who am I in a fantasy world?
What kind of race would you be? What kind of profession would you have? What do you do for a living? Are you a fighter?
Am I in Boulder 3? Whatever it is.
My Boulder 3.
What is it?
Just a D&D rules. It's a fantasy
just
world.
D&D fantasy. Who am I? What race? What's job would I have?
And you can't be what you are right now.
What class?
So I wouldn't do halfling.
Tiefling?
One of these is
because I'm short. That was the joke.
One of these is an actual drop.
Yeah, I don't know why you didn't hit it.
I don't want to get it wrong.
Don't hit it.
All right, that one didn't work.
It didn't even work. It didn't. This is why we don't even try. This is it.
It's on low volume.
Nice. Who would I be? Dwarf. Just kidding. No. Elves are always sick, dude. But also, can I be like a really can I be like a werewolf?
Sure. It's a pretty open-ended question, man. You can be whatever you want to be.
Really?
Yeah.
Pterodactyl.
Okay, not that.
How to be a pterodactyl?
Let
me be a pterodactyl, man.
I think there's a dinosaur race.
Is there actually?
In D&D, yeah.
What don't they have?
Not in the game, but it's a very wide.
Sure.
Variety.
There's different versions of D&D too, right?
You could be a loxodon. That's an elephant person.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, big trunk.
I mean, being a druid would be cool, but that's not a race, right? That's like
it's a class.
It's a class. I would probably go dwarf druid.
That's exactly what backdoor is.
Oh, then I don't want to be backdoor.
You don't want to be backdoor.
I don't want to be backdoor. No, I don't want to be a dwarf. I would want to be someone tall. I would probably be. I feel like it would be cool to be like a dark elf of some kind.
A drow?
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Why are they called a drow?
That's just what they're called.
They're not dark elves?
You can
it would be a dark elf druid merchant.
You have to understand, though.
I would own my own merch.
There's some racial dynamics at play.
Oh.
Drows are mistreated quite often.
That's fine.
That's fine. He's okay with that. You're okay with the existence of that.
Yeah.
You're good with that?
I mean, I'm not okay that it happens, but
okay, that's what I was trying to distinguish.
I accept that it's my new reality in this question, in this scenario.
Gotcha. I'd be a gnome bard.
Ooh, that's pretty sweet.
Little fella.
A musical guy?
Yeah.
What kind of tunes would you sing?
It would be freestyle rap.
You'd get killed so fast.
A freestyle rapping gnome.
Okay.
Or I'd play the saxophone. The baritone saxophone, though. So I would have to get up on a chair to play it.
Because you're so small.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. You should do that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
You think my idea
is a bard your job or is that your class?
That's your class, but it could be your job.
So there are so you could be what would your job be then?
Entertaining people.
Oh, so it is your job too.
Yeah, you're a musician. Yeah, but
you could have a regular job.
A druid isn't
part time. Just play, I guess, rap music / jazz.
Yeah, and jazz in the evenings.
Only in the evening.
Yeah,
it's romantic that way.
It is.
Yeah.
I used to rip a mean tune off the old
Oh, don't I believe it?
bronze
Don't
tube.
I know it?
Yeah.
The old bronze, the old bronze horn,
Yeah.
the old bronze schlong,
Yeah.
the old. Yep,
It's another one of my regrets. I wish I had kept up with music.
you should have, man.
I really, really want to learn how to play piano. But
Just do it.
my brain doesn't work in the like
Piano's so fucking hard, dude.
I can't do both
It is.
two hands
It's tough.
doing different things. Like whatever I'm doing with one hand, I have to do with the other. It's
Really?
actually a lot more
At all
convenient.
times?
Yeah, it's a lot more inconvenient.
I
than you think it
always
would.
have to.
Always.
I've never noticed that, but you're right. Your hands are always doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Wow. What if that was like some sort of like condition you had, like your hands couldn't do two different things at once all?
That'd be weird. How
How would you do
life
like?
would be really hard.
How would you drive?
Imagine you're typing, and you're just like
You couldn't type. You couldn't
you
do
just
it.
can't really type. Driving would suck.
You'd have to do everything one hand at a well, but if you no, this doesn't make sense. You couldn't do anything.
Can't do anything.
You'd have to like physically restrain your other hand so it can't do the thing that the other one's doing.
Or you need a third hand
Or you could have a third
that
hand
is not under the influence.
that does what neither of them are doing. It can't do what they're doing at that time.
Oh, that would make baseball hard.
Yes. It's a good thing that you don't play baseball. I'm sorry, man.
It's all right.
You have so many dreams. You should pursue all of them.
Sometimes
it's okay
I think
that you cried earlier.
Sometimes I think dreams are dumb. You know,
What?
like, what am I even doing? You know,
You all right?
it's like, what are any of us doing?
Oh my God.
You know what I'm not doing?
What?
Going to Hawaii next March. It's just one of my dreams. That
You
is
should.
never gonna come true.
You could come. You can't stay with us or hang out with us, but you could go.
You're there for a week. We couldn't even like, just get dinner once.
No.
That's fine. Hawaii's not on my list.
That reminds me. I have to make a reservation
For
right now.
for what? Like right now.
For Hawaii.
Right now, you have to make a reservation.
Yeah, I'm gonna quick call. No, I'm just kidding. What if I just live on the pod?
Are you guys getting a hotel, an Airbnb?
We are staying with.
Oh, you have family that live there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Or have a place there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. Can't wait to be on the beach, soaking in the rays of the sun, just with my baby. I don't know how the flight's gonna go. He'll be like one almost
Give him
on an airplane.
Give him some Benadryl. Knock that sucker out.
You're right. We should just sedate him. Why didn't I think of that?
That's what we do to puppies.
But he's a human baby.
Yeah.
Can you do that to babies?
I don't know.
What can I give an almost 1-year-old that might calm them down for a flight?
I don't know.
He might be fine. I mean, we don't know.
There's a chance, but that's a long flight.
It is a long flight. I don't even like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And what if his ears pop?
Oh my God, don't get me started. Dude, when I was younger, that was like the worst thing ever. My ears would always pop on flights.
I still get that.
You still get that? I don't get that anymore.
Well, it's because every time I'm near a plane, I like get sick, and then it compounds. It compounds the illness, and it makes your ears not. It makes them sting and pound for weeks.
Pound.
You got some bizarre news?
Bizarre news. Yes.
Just checking if that drop was still in there.
Good at the episode. Just fucking dude. Today's bizarre news theme is people dressed as animals.
Huh? What's that mean?
Not furries.
Oh.
Well, actually, maybe a little bit. Japanese man transforms into human dog with $14,000
I saw
collie
that.
costume.
It's so unsettling.
It's not quite right. Meet Toko, a man from Japan who's taken his love for canines to an eccentric extreme. Toko has donned a meticulously crafted collie costume, a labor of love that set him back a staggering $14,000 US. This peculiar transformation has propelled him into the online spotlight, where he's amassed a devoted following of over 32,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is what you need to do.
What I need to
For
do?
the pod.
Why just me?
Because you would look better in a costume.
Why couldn't we get like a horse, like a realistic horse costume that we
Well,
operate
yeah,
together?
that would definitely be a step up from a dog. We should do a horse costume.
Which part would you be?
I wouldn't be in the costume.
What do you mean?
I'd be riding the horse.
You,
I'm the cowboy.
you think I'm large
Or
enough?
the jockey.
You think I'm large enough to operate a realistic horse
Yeah, you're pretty
costume by
long.
myself?
You're pretty long.
Not horse long length.
We'll figure it out. Toko, as he's known online, has fully embraced the dog days of his existence by not only wearing, but embodying his furry alter ego. His YouTube channel, we gotta look up this YouTube channel. His YouTube channel offers a window into his unusual journey of becoming an animal. With uncontainable enthusiasm, Toko showcases himself frolicking on grassy lawns, playfully rolling around, and even engaging in rounds of fetch, all while adorned in his distinctive dog costume.
It's like uncanny. It looks like a taxidermied dog.
So it looks like, yeah, it looks like a dog that's been stuffed. Which, to be fair, it actually looks like if I saw that just sitting in someone's home and it wasn't moving, I would think, oh, that's their dog that died and they stuffed it.
Which is weird.
But in reality, it would be a man in a costume.
Yeah, which is weirder.
That's crazy, man.
It's got to get hot in there. He also has to have like some pretty great core strength, pretty strong knees to be able to move around like he does.
So, I mean, all this started from his childhood, blah, blah, blah. Who watches his damn YouTube channel?
I mean, that seems like unresolved trauma territory.
Yeah, there's got to be something that happened to him with the whole dog situation.
Bro, it's so...
It's so weird.
It's...
But, good for him. He's living his life. He spent his own hard-earned money. Does he still work a job? Where did he get that money, and what is he doing now? Or I guess he's got, well, he only has 32,000 followers on YouTube, or subscribers. That's not...
Yeah, unless they...
That's not making too much money territory.
Although if all 32,000 donated $1...
That's true.
That's,
that's
double
almost
what he needed.
Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh.
I'm going to, next week when we record, I'm going to come into your house like that.
In a dog costume?
Yeah.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Wouldn't it?
That'd be great.
So you said there's a theme. Does that mean there's a second costume-themed... Really?
The next, this one isn't as odd.
It's just a picture of Elliott and
It's
a
just
dog.
me. Chinese zoo denies its sun bears are humans dressed in costumes.
I also saw this. Sun bears are scary.
What are you on it? What are you keeping track of every news outlet, every story out there?
I read the paper every morning.
Do you really? What are you like?
And
what are you,
paper?
80 years old?
What paper would I be reading?
I don't know. Maybe you
that
got
has this information.
I don't know.
That's front page news.
A zoo in eastern China has denied suggestions that some of its bears could be humans dressed in costumes after video of one standing on its hind legs circulated online. In a statement published on Sunday from the perspective of Angela, a Malaysian sun bear. Why is it named Angela? It's like, oh, our sun bear at the zoo, Terry. Like, yeah, I don't know if like, okay, all right. When it comes to bears, the first thing that comes to mind is a huge figure and amazing power, but not all bears are behemoths and danger personified. We Malaysian bears are petite, the smallest bear in the world.
Petite.
Whatever. Video of a sun bear standing on its hind legs had circulated on social media, with people noting that its slender legs and folds of fur made it look like a human was acting the part of a bear. But in an audio recording circulating on WeChat, a spokesperson for the zoo said the animal was real and that such deception would not happen at a state-run facility. He also noted that in the 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit summer temperature, a human in a fur bear suit would not last more than a few minutes before collapsing.
Leave it to a government official to just take all the fun out of this bear thing, you know?
It would be really funny if it actually was a person in a costume.
there's no way this state-run facility would allow a man to dress up as a sun bear. You haven't even thought of how hot it would be inside the sun bear costume.
Did you know that in that heat, a human would collapse to the ground inside of a fur costume like that within a few minutes? We know. We've done the research. It's like, what? What are you talking about? I don't know. You're also a state-run facility with access to better costumes, with better airflow. Maybe he's got a little fan in there that's keeping him cool.
I mean, the way they're defending it kind of sounds like Chinese government propaganda. That is, I'm more convinced now that there's a person inside.
The fact that they addressed it makes me think that it is a man in a bear costume.
Yeah.
Because if they were so confident that it's just bears and this is just silly, why even comment? Let the people, make whatever, things they want up on the internet. It's whatever. It doesn't matter.
I heard they had to Photoshop the zipper out of the back of of the bear when they posted pictures online. That's just what I heard.
Why? But why would they do this? What would the motivation behind dressing up as a bear be?
Maybe a sun bear got loose, and to avoid the public from panicking, they just had a person go in the zoo dressed as a sun bear. It's like, okay, all the sun bears are accounted for.
That's an interesting angle I did not think of, to be honest. There was a sun bear that had escaped the zoo, so they were trying to cover their asses and make sure no one noticed. So they had a guy. They created or ordered this bear custom sun bear costume.
They had it on hand.
They had it on hand
for incidents like these.
Sure. So then they had a man dress up in the bear costume and go out full time, by the way, into this enclosure, presumably with other sun bears.
Yeah.
It's just one guy. The rest of them are real.
Real sun bears. What kind of bear would you think would be the best one to get mauled by?
The best one? Polar bear.
You think that would be the best one? I say black bear.
Why the black bear?
They're basically large raccoons. They're still dangerous, but
you said get mauled by. You're getting mauled no matter what.
I'm saying they're the cutest one. They're the cutest bear.
Exactly. They would kill you slower.
Some of us
they're not as aggressive. Polar bears are pretty aggressive. So if they wanted to rip me to...
Polar bears are very aggressive.
If they wanted to rip me apart, they could do it in seconds. A black bear? They might hesitate. They're raccoons, apparently, is what you just said.
They're big raccoons, is what I said.
Yeah, so they're not that lethal. You die much slower. I say polar bear. Also, it'd be pretty cool to get ripped apart by a polar bear.
It would be cool if it
just
tore off an arm and then you lived.
Ooh.
Be like, what happened?
That would be a fun story.
All right, I'm gonna next March when you're going to Hawaii, I'm going to the Arctic.
You're gonna come back with a missing limb.
Yeah,
that'd be a good story.
It'll end up I slipped and a group of penguins just ripped it off. And that's that.
He died up in the Arctic. What happened? He slipped on the ice, hit his head, and then a group of penguins pecked him to death.
They just send me home with 90 holes in my body. All right, that's weird. Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. If you have a spare costume for a dog, maybe a bear, can we borrow it? Gorilla, even? We've got a YouTube channel that we're trying to start up. Not
Please.
This one, different one. We'll shoot you the link. We'll be advertising later. So just keep your eyes out for that YouTube channel. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be Jonathon dressed up as either a horse, a bear, a dog, or a gorilla, and me interacting with him in whatever ways I see fit. Not in a sexual manner, obviously, but more of like riding the horse or like hanging out with the gorilla, like we're like playing Baldor 3 or something. Whatever. But he's in costume the whole time. He doesn't get to take it off. So it's going to be pretty cool. Make sure you like and subscribe for that and all the good stuff. And check us out on Deezer.